one of you. If somebody offers you something or there's something that is strange, just say no. Right. Okay. Now, the Vice President-elect Governor Mike R. Pence, that's a long sentence. I was telling him that we started this 20 years ago. And we were in here right in front of the display case, and it was a snowstorm, and it was, at the time, the First Lady, Judy O'Bannon, and myself, and Justice Dixon, and 11 kids, and not a photographer in the place. And I need a photographer. You know, we all need photographers. And it was a very special day, but I can't tell you how special this is today because, you know, Indiana, we're a very, very special place. And we're going to be around for 200 more years. And it's a point of pride for me that I am here to share it with you. Now, we all know about the essay contest. And some of the essays that you sent in were very, very special. And we were only able to choose one. But let me give you a little description. Fourth graders have been asked to think about how they have celebrated the bicentennial, how it's changed them, and what is next for Indiana in an essay entitled, Who's Your Bicentennial and Beyond? I will tell you, Perry Hammock is here as Executive Director of our commission, and he has been all around the state, and he is so impressed with all of you and everything that you have, a pride and a love of Indiana, and the legacy projects where people do in their communities, where they celebrate things that are going on in their communities. It has been astoundingly a success. And we couldn't have predicted that 5 years ago, and I'm sure you all played a role in that. Well, we have a winner. And my mom grew up in New Albany, so this is very, very special to me. I'd like to introduce you the essay winner, Jillian Stemler, Eastridge Academy, New Albany, Indiana. Please come forward, Jillian. Oh, there she is. Now, Jillian is going to read her resume because she's going to be very famous someday. She's going to read her essay. Have at it, Jillian.
Bicentennial Travels. My family and I traveled to places this year in Indiana to celebrate its 200th birthday. Each place told us about Indiana's history. I learned that Indiana is not just a state, but a place that has been important for many people. At Falls of the Ohio State Park, I learned about things and people that lived in this area many years before Indiana was a state. We found fossils with shells, plants, and maybe even some animals printed onto them. When we went inside the museum, we also saw arrows, bows, and spears from the native people who were here before America was discovered by Europeans. While we were at Prophetstown State Park, I learned about the Battle of Tippecanoe. I will always remember when we went to the Tippecanoe battlefield and monument. There we learned about people who died in the battle from Tecumseh's and William Henry Harrison's armies, who bravely and confidently fought for the land. Seeing these things made me feel grateful to live where I am right now, because if I was around when the war was happening, it would have been frightening and depressing. At the State House in Indianapolis, I learned about Indiana's law system and important people like Jonathan Jennings, who was the first governor. I saw that parts of the State House are made of Indiana limestone. Inside the building, there was a floor with fossils in it, a stained glass roof, and a library floor made of glass. These things were unique and enjoyable to me. I was also interested to watch our representatives voting in Indiana's House of Representatives. It was fun to celebrate Indiana's birthday by traveling. In the future, there might be a new state park to explore, or maybe Indiana's first female governor, me.
Now, That was very well done. I wish I was that good. The governor will give her an essay certificate. The First Lady will place a medallion on her, and I'll give her a flag, and the State Treasurer will give her a letter and a $200 savings account, and then we will proceed. There we go. There you go, in the certificate. All right. That is something that she will never forget, and safe travels back to Naubany, right? Naubany. I have the honor of introducing the First Lady. And for all of you that want to find a future Vice President of the United States, you need to go skating at the fairgrounds, okay? Because that was where the First Lady and Mike Pence, Vice President-elect Governor Pence, had their first date. So if you want to find a future Vice President, go skating at the State Fair. You got it? All right. Now, a little life out there. Okay. You know, obviously, we all know Karen Pence and love her. Everything that she's done for the state of Indiana for the last 4 years has been outstanding, and I'm sure she wakes up in the morning thinking what she can do to brighten the world in the state of Indiana, and soon the world itself. And I am so proud of her because she represents our state all around the world, and with a smile and with an encyclopedia of what is going on in all 92 counties. And that's really what we want from our leaders, to understand what we are going through out there and how we do it. And as the governor says, we make and we grow. It is a pleasure and a privilege to introduce to you the First Lady of the state of Indiana, Karen Pence.
Well, it really is a privilege to be here today. I've already met all of these great students, and they did a wonderful job going around to all the different places on their passport tour. And we had a lot of fun sharing about the First Family and the First Family's pets of Indiana. And we had a lot of fun. This is honestly one of the most amazing groups of students that we've had. We all have been commenting. And I just want to thank the teachers, because seriously, I've been doing this for 4 years, and this group of children, and I don't know if it's because it's the bicentennial and maybe you've really listened extra carefully to your teachers this year, but you really seem to know a lot of what was going on when we asked you questions, and it was really a privilege. This is so much fun for me today, this whole weekend, because the first thing I was asked to do, and my first chief of staff is here, Brenda Vincent, the first thing she asked me to do, she said, you know what, the Bicentennial Commission would like you to be the ambassador for the Bicentennial. That was the very first thing I did as First Lady, and now the celebration is my very last thing. So we've come full circle, and it's been a lot of fun. So our birthday is here. You know how you wait for your birthday yourself? Well, Indiana has been waiting very expectantly for her birthday, which is this weekend. What an honor it has been to travel, as Senator Merritt was saying, all over the state of Indiana, to all the corners, from Elkhart County, viewing the beautiful quilt gardens, to Lawrence County, choosing the Bicentennial Coffee Brew. at Cutter's Cafe. I mean, how many people get to choose the bicentennial coffee? Hoosiers have come together all over our state, creating over 1,500 legacy projects. And when we started this whole thing, we thought, wouldn't it be great to have 200 projects? I mean, that would just be, we would be over the moon. And yet now we have over 1,500 legacy projects. Sharing generously their time, talents, and treasures, uniting our history and our future. We're not only celebrating 200 years of our rich Indiana past, but we are celebrating the future, filled with an amazing journey that all of you children will ignite. As your First Lady and official bicentennial ambassador, I've been privileged not just to get to meet so many dedicated Hoosiers, but to get to know their hearts. And we are blessed to be Hoosiers and to be able to witness this amazing celebration. I hope you take a little snapshot today and store it in your brain, because this is an amazing day. We talked about it with each group about how special it is that you are having Statehood Day on our bicentennial year. Our bicentennial celebration has also been made possible due to dedicated leadership. We are so very thankful for these leaders. Our executive director of our Indiana Bicentennial Commission, Perry Hammock, and his team have led this path along with Lee Hamilton and Becky Skillman. What amazing gifted servants we have been blessed with to guide us here today. Also, let me help thank the wonderful Bicentennial Commission members, all who have given so generously of their time, creating the platform and the path, ensuring all Hoosiers have an opportunity to contribute to this once-in-a-lifetime celebration. Thank you. You know, sometimes you come to a celebration and it's a lot of fun and things go smoothly and you go away feeling great. We know that's going to happen this weekend, but you have to know that these people have all been meeting for 5 years. Think about that. You guys were in kindergarten then, okay? No, you weren't even in kindergarten yet. When they started planning this day for you, they've had lots of meetings, they've raised money for things, we have a book, we have a medallion, a medal, we have a stamp, a torch. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And if you want to see some of the amazing things we've been doing, go to indiana2016.org, and you can see all of the legacy projects and all of the things going on all around the state. But there's more. So I have the privilege right now to introduce Mark Newman, who is the Executive Director at the Indiana Office of Tourism Development. Mark and his team spearheaded the 3,200-mile journey through all 92 counties with our beautiful bicentennial torch that was created at Purdue University. Mark and his team also worked tirelessly, assuring Indiana Hoosiers that every county would have people involved in carrying the torch. It's something that traveled the entire state and lots of different Hoosiers were involved in. So now I'm going to turn it over to Mark Newman.
I must tell you that it is a great privilege to be standing up here, to be standing before these incredible smiling faces, and to share the stage with the Vice President-elect of the United States and First Lady Mrs. Pence. It's an absolute honor for me and our other honored guests to be able to spend time with you as well. This torch relay, it was absolutely a team effort. There was a team of dedicated Hoosiers who spent over 3.5 years building the plan and developing the concept of the torch relay so it could be introduced to our state and be something that all 6.5 million of our residents could take pride in. And I remember standing here a year ago when we introduced this fabulous instrument, this bicentennial torch, that really encapsulates the innovative capacity of this state. And then to usher in the bicentennial year. Well, a lot has happened since that day. And in fact, it was exactly 4 months ago on this day that the bicentennial torch relay kicked off, that it began in Corydon. And then 37 days and through 92 counties, 3,226 miles, 260 cities and towns, 2,243 torchbearers, and many, many unforgettable memories took place. My memories from the relay are of the places that the torch visited. The torchbearers' faces beaming with joy. The people lining the streets cheering. And our cities and towns dressed in gold and blue. The sounds of Back Home Again in Indiana and On the Banks of the Wabash played on and on. It was just an absolute incredible experience to behold. But more than anything, the memories that I have are actually the feelings that I felt during those 37 days and that I still feel. And I don't think that I'm alone. There is an afterglow that has remained and that will be ever present in this state, in part because of the bicentennial torch relay. I believe that the collective psyche of our state is different today than it was before the bicentennial torch relay. I think we're better. I think we're bolder. And I think we're more proud to be Hoosiers, if that's even possible. But don't take my word for it. What I'd like you to do is
that fit your lifestyle and enhance your skill set. We're hiring for numerous positions with these leading local employers and others. Call, stop by, or apply online today.
At Friskies, no unsurprised tender pieces and crunchy bites ended up together. That's just what happens when cats call the shots. New Friskies Tender and Crunchy Combo. Tasty textures cats gotta have. Friskies, for cats, by cats.
Here's your question of the day. Most commonly made from grapes, which of the following alcoholic beverages derives its name from a Dutch word meaning burnt wine? Brandy, bourbon, liqueur, or tequila?
A burger smothered in A1 butter, topped with sizzling steak and crispy onions for just $1.99? That's high fashion flavor at a thrift store price. The A1 buttery steak burger, Checkers and Rallies. Fast foodies know the deal.
Unclaimed freight notice this weekend at American Freight. Over 1,000 truckloads of living room furniture. 7-piece living room groups that include a sofa, love seat, coffee table, 2 end tables, and 2 designer lamps. You get all 7 pieces from only $398 complete. Free layaway, same-day delivery. Come to the loading docks this weekend only. At American Freight now, 5 area locations. North at 8920 Corporation Drive, south at 5750 Kopetsky Drive, west at 5615 West 38th Street. Also in Lafayette and Muncie.
Eat up, buddy. You'll get it this time. Yeah.
Okay, not too quick.
Don't let go until I say so.
I got you.